sibling rivalry, mass MP's funeral in Kasipul. And finally, Pope Leo XIV it is. This is the Nakala report. Welcome, folks. Welcome to the Nakala report. I'm your host, Nakala. Asante, thank you. Asante sana, thank you. Asante. Now, folks, today is May 16th, 2025, exactly 6 weeks and 3 days away from June 24th. And well, if you can't remember, and I hope most of you do, 24th of June 2024 is the same day that Gen Zs led a protest into the National Assembly. Now, as much as the events of that day are things that we would like to quickly forget, it is and it will remain part of our national history, whether ugly or not. So, please, let me in and let me jog your memory a little bit, okay? June 24th last year was the climax, or should I call it the anticlimax, of the youth-led protest against 2024-2025 financial bill. And if you are not a stranger in Jerusalem, then you must be aware that things went haywire with the reported killings of protesters. And so, in the ensuing pandemonium, the ensuing pandemonium culminated into the President William Ruto withdrawing the contentious bill and even dissolving his cabinet. Unfortunately, things did not just end there. What followed were allegations of abductions and extrajudicial killings, which caused a huge uproar in the country. So, who was doing the abductions and the killings, you may ask? And your answer is nobody knows. Not even the people who are supposed to be knowing everything going on in Kenya, minute by minute, knew anything. Yeah? Can you believe it? But even while everyone who was supposed to act at least know, or at least know about the abductions which were going on, denied knowing anything about something, everyone else suspected and pointed their fingers at the Kenyan security forces for carrying out these illegal activities. But the security forces weren't taking none of it, yeah? They came out guns blazing in full denial. And there was no one more suited to clap back and deny other than the Inspector General of Police himself, one Douglas Kanja. Jimmy?
So those who abduct, they commit crimes. And those crimes are ordinarily presented before a court of law for a judge to decide on that. Ours is to arrest.
Yes, you heard it from the Inspector General of Police himself. Those who abduct, they commit crime, yeah? Theirs is just to arrest. They don't abduct. They don't abduct. So, if the police weren't the ones abducting people, who was? Who? And also, if the police weren't aware of the abductors or the abductees, I wonder who else was also not aware of the abductors or the abductees. Jimmy?
If there is a family, any family, that their child or their friend or their relative went to a demonstration, whether it is last year or this year, and never came back, I want to know the names, because I will take firm and decisive action. Because as I talk to you today, I don't have a single name of somebody who has been abducted or disappeared.
See, I told you, man. Gotcha. He doesn't have a single name of a person who has been abducted or disappeared. He doesn't. Kwani wewe ulisikia wapi? That anajua? Huh? Ulisikia wapi? You people like blaming the president for everything and anything. When he trains, you blame him. When there's drought, you blame him. When he creates SHA, you blame him. When he decides to change it from SHA to Taifa Care, you still blame him. When he charters a private jet to fly to the US, you blame him. When he decides to use KQ, you still blame him. You can't be blaming the president about everything, and especially about some things like abductions and abductees that he doesn't have knowledge about. Come on, man. Come on. So, all seem to have been going on well about the denial of existence of abductions and forced disappearances in Kenya until this Monday morning, or this Monday, during a visit by Finnish President Alexander Stubb, when one sneaky journalist, sneaky, decided to ask this question.
According to rights groups, dozens of people were killed during last year's protest, and also there have been enforced disappearances and many are still missing. Your Excellency, President William Ruto, what is the Kenyan government doing to ensure such violations will not happen again?
Come on, man. Come on. You can do this, Mr. President. You can do this. I mean, you've done it before and it worked. Or at least it seemed to work. Don't let me down, man. You can do this again, William. Just deny it, okay? Deny it. Like we always do it in Kenya, okay? Deny it. Deny it.
All the people who disappeared have, or who are abducted in what you said, all of them have been brought back to their families and to their homes. And I have given clarity and firm instructions that nothing of that kind of nature will happen again. And that it was my commitment as I became president that extrajudicial disappearances of Kenyans will not be part of what we are doing as a nation.
Sasa hizo ni gani tena, Mr. President? I thought that you were going to stick to a good, old, tested and tried method, which is deny, deny, deny. Come on, Mr. President. Did you get the memo or the script? And even if you didn't get the memo or the script, it was really very easy. It was just as easy as saying this.
I don't have a single name of somebody who has been abducted or disappeared.
Thank you for watching. Stay tuned when we come back. Welcome back, folks, and welcome to our dialogue. And joining me always is my co-host, friend, and partner, Mr. Nick Bwire. Nick, kwanza kabla hata sijakuuliza unaendelea namna gani, tunaita dialogue leo. Unajua, it's supposed to be monologue, but sometimes tunaingia sisi wawili wote.
So mono is supposed to be one, man.
Yeah, mono is supposed to be one. Sasa tunaingia sisi wote. Saa iko dialogue.
Ni dialogue, yeah.
So monologue mtatusamehea kidogo, but mkitaka turudishe monologue pia tutarudisha.
Wale wanataka monologue.
Wale wanataka monologue.
Lakini it's supposed to be dialogue.
Dialogue.
Yeah.
So Nick, how are you?
I'm good. Yeah.
Wiki imekuwa mpoa?
Yeah. Rain.
Yeah, train ile kwanza ile venimenyesha saa to bwana.
Paka nikanyeshwa nikafikiria mimi ni mahindi naweza mea.
All right, so what do we have? There was heightened sibling rivalry and political fireworks during the burial of former Kasipul MP Charles Ong'ondo Were. The legislator, who was laid to rest exactly a week ago, had been brutally assassinated in an unfortunate and a movie-like scenario. Yeah, the seemingly well-informed and organized assailants kept on his trail from the time the legislator left Parliament until the moment they pulled the fatal trigger on him next to City Mortuary. And being an ODM member of Parliament, there was no doubt that the party politics was going to play out, given the recent fallout among factions of the Orange Party. And Nairobi Senator and ODM Secretary General Edwin Sifuna fired the first salvo by maintaining his stance that he doesn't recognize broad-based government and that ODM is not in government. Sifuna said, and I quote him, "ODM is not in government, and neither is the party SG, which is the party secretary general, which is him basically. He continued, all political parties aim to win presidency. We still hope to form the next government. However, his remarks sparked criticism from within the party, with the National Treasury CS John Mbadi accusing Sifuna of hindering their effort to work with Kenya Kwanza government. And amid all that fireworks and exchanges, ODM leader Raila Odinga had to come in and calm things down and offer guidance. And in his statement, Odinga said, and I quote him, every party has its ideologies and must stick to them and communicate them. And the person who communicates party ideologies is Secretary General. Secretary General.
Yeah.
Hey, hey.
Nick, I think here you'll allow me some latitude because I'm going to be speaking for a while. One.
Yes, sir.
Let me talk of
sir.
CS of Finance, John Mbadi.
Yes.
That is a political employee. He's an employee of the president. And I can quote, he's in that lucrative finance docket. So he has to protect his office first. Two, when the Secretary General of the party speaks, it's the party that speaks. And if I can take you back, you can remember the young tax. I was so young, maybe the young tax. The young tax, the Raila Odingas, the Paul Muites, the Gitomi Manyara, the late Michere Mugo and stuff. Those people fought for what we call the second liberation and democracy, right? So when you talk about democracy, Raila has fought for democracy himself, and he's the only last man standing fighting for the same democracy. And when you talk about democracy, he has fought, and he has fought hard.
Yes.
So today, democracy has failed, and Raila has chosen to fight democracy in the other way. He is in the government, and he's out of the government. I can call that a two-headed snake.
A two-headed snake. That's tough.
A two-headed snake.
You're being so tough.
If you touch the tail, the head bites you. If you touch the head, the tail bites you. So when Sifuna speaks, it's Raila who is speaking.
Actually, Sifuna has said that I take instructions only from Raila Odinga.
So there's no way you can tell me that Mbadi can lecture Sifuna. Well, that's only for media.
For the optics.
Exactly. So what we are doing here, mtu anacheswa.
Sema tu mwenye anacheswa.
Si Ruto anacheswa.
Unaweza chesa Ruto. Do you know President Ruto?
Telling the
he's
truth.
Very smart bana. Utamcheza.
I know he is smart.
He's a chess master.
He calls himself the God.
He's only comparable
trust you me, he's in the wrong shoe.
He's the wrong shoe. Hey, tutaona venye. But they hapo hata mimi nimechanganyikiwa. I think most Kenyans are. Even leave alone even
Baba can't be a double speaker. Today is yes, tomorrow is no.
Amwe. And he's been told so many times by so many people, even the opposition figures, wewe amua kama uko nje ama uko ndani.
But he's doing what democracy is.
But that's also democracy, yeah?
Yeah.
And they say ODM is a democratic party.
That be alone. Where si tulikufuta kazi ya deputy, si wewe pia hauko kwa chama. What is that? Okay. Then they should give him shares, because once you are in a political position, you have to have your shares.
And then that comes and then after that, is it after or before, there was a ruling by the Court of Appeal that Deputy Chief Justice Philomena Mwilu was unqualified.
Aid somewhere.
Yeah. So even the impeachment, in practical terms, is null and void. So typically or basically or practically saizi regarding your deputy president.
Yeah.
Sasa Kindiki naye ako wapi?
He's holding an unconstitutional office. Yeye hakupigiwa kura in the first place. He's an employee of the president. We can call him a vice president today, not a deputy president.
Sasa Nick,
si unakumbuka vice president alikuwa anafutwa kazi wakitaka yeah, that's a vice president, not a deputy president. Yeah,
because actually deputy president is supposed to be elected. Yeah,
Rigathi was elected. This one
Kindiki was nominated
and employed. Yeah, he is a vice president. And finally, you okay, in fact I'm moved to call him a vice president nowadays. Yeah, because he is a vice president anyway.
But Nick, again, you know this, I told you, like, President William Ruto is a political chess master. He's only comparable to Russia's Vladimir Putin. Could he be setting a trap for the opposition by removing the impeachment of the deputy president, the former deputy president, so that Gachagua, or Gachagua as they call him, can be eligible to run? In that way, he'll be able to scatter, because you know, right now, Gachagua has a front, whatever, yeah, in numbers. What we assume, if we assume that he has Mount Kenya, he has the numbers. Yeah. So if he's cleared to run, that he wasn't impeached, could it be a trap? Because
no, Nick, let me tell you something. Have you ever played chess?
I have never liked to.
Well, let me send you somewhere else, not chess. We have, let me use this word, please.
Yes.
Politically, Kenyans have one common enemy, and that's the president. Every other arrow points at him. Every sniper arrow points at him. I'm talking about every political arrow.
Every political
arrow points at him. Not even the ones he's dining with
are mark timing.
Exactly.
Some are mark timing.
Yeah. So if you tell me that he might be willing to pull a different move so that Gachagua might vie to divide politics,
see, you know,
it can take a very big change.
That is what the former late president Damian Toroitich arap Moi pulled in 1992. You know, there was I'm a student of history. Okay. So like I read it, Moi alimake sure Matiba amesimama, Jaramogi amesimama, Martin Shikuku pia alikuwa somewhere there, Mwai Kibaki alikuwa, unaona. So there was no united opposition. Maybe that's the same script.
Tactics. But unajua sisi Gen Z tumekuwa pia wengi, tumemachua. We've read that history, we've read that history and we know.
Mwende mchukue kura, lakini msiseme tu kwa mtandao.
Tunajua nyuma kumekuwa aje, hatutaki hizo tactics.
Anyway, we hope that it's going to end well for both of them, and that even as they continue, that politics will remain a civil encounter between even the foes. So stay tuned. When we come back, our thank you notes. There was I'm a student of history. Okay. So like I read it, Moi alimake sure Matiba amesimama, Jaramogi amesimama, Martin Shikuku pia alikuwa somewhere there, Mwai Kibaki alikuwa, unaona. So there was no united opposition. Maybe that's the same script.
Tactics. But unajua sisi Gen Z tumekuwa pia wengi, tumemachua. We've read that history, we've read that history and we know.
Mwende mchukue kura, lakini msiseme tu kwa mtandao.
Tunajua nyuma kumekuwa aje, hatutaki hizo tactics.
Anyway, we hope that it's going to end well for both of them, and that even as they continue, that politics will remain a civil encounter between even the foes. So stay tuned. When we come back, our thank you notes. Welcome back, folks. Welcome to our thank you notes. And as always, we don't like ending the show without thanking a few people, a few things, or a few instances. And Nick, this week is not going to be any different. We stand to thank one or two people. Who do we thank first?
Well, the Vatican.
The Vatican.
Let's start the Vatican.
Vaticano.
Yeah.
All right. Do you thank the Vatican or the Pope?
The Vatican.
Okay. And the cardinals?
We only congratulate the Pope.
Okay.
But we thank the Vatican.
Right.
The cardinals.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so let's thank the Vatican. There you go. Thank you, Vatican and cardinals, for electing Pope Leo the 14th as the new Pope after Pope Francis. Nick, mambo ilichemuka, white smoke, black smoke mara ngapi? Mara tatu?
Mara mbili.
It
was twice. Yeah. Yeah, but finally, you got a new Pope. I'm happy.
I was hoping for an African Pope. In fact, it's said that there were 3 African popes, one from Guinea, one from Nigeria, cardinals, one from Guinea, one from Ghana, one from Nigeria, who were overqualified than Pope Leo the 14th, but that's where we are.
Well, I do not know. I never read their credentials, but I thought it could have gone to a fully Catholic country, the Philippines.
Let's congratulate the new chair of the IBC. Okay, here we go. Thank you, the new chair of IEBC, Erastus Edong, for being elected or for being selected to be the new IEBC chair or chairman. Hey, finally. Yeah. But even as we are happy that we have a new chair of the IBC, already there are fireworks with some allegations being thrown around that Mr. Erastus, even though very qualified, is an associate or an ally of one former governor of Narok, Mr. Josephat Nanok. Josephat Nanok happens to be the official PA of President William Ruto. Can you see the string hapo kuna kizungumkuti?
Nanok was then governor of Turkana, not
yes,
Narok.
Turkana, yes, yeah. Turkana, yes, yeah. Then there's another commissioner called Noor.
Hassan Noor.
Yes.
Hassan Noor, yeah.
Yes, who is married or who is an in-law of one Junet Mohammed. Sasa watu wanasema hapa hivi kuna venye mchezo inachezwa, mchezo wa karata, a very dangerous game. Even though Kalonzo has complained, Gachagua has registered his displeasure also, but akasema regardless of who is chosen, bado watalima Ruto in 2027. In fact, wakasema kwamba hata president akiweka Oscar Sudi or Oburu Odinga, Oscar Sudi as chairman, Oburu Odinga CEO wa IEBC, bado watawalima 2027. These people are very serious.
Yeah, and he responded by saying that elections are not decided by voters, they are decided by the chairman of the IEBC. He said that.
Who said that?
The president.
I'm
telling the truth.
Are you not misquoted?
The president said elections are not decided by the voters, they are decided by the electoral body and the chairman.
So in essence, we should get worried. Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, we accept everything that comes our way. This is Kenya.
And Kenya is our business.
Tumezoea.
We just hope that the elections will be free and fair, and that you'll stand your ground with integrity and give Kenyans election that they best deserve. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to tune in every Friday at 8:30 p.m. to catch up with Nakala Report only on Lookup TV. Thank you, good night, and good luck. Yes, sir.